Obviously, we know in every country we live in has sanctioned against Russia to the so-called conflict in Ukraine. A few things I want to mention about this topic. If those people before Zelensky, which is a puppet government propped up by the Obama administration, respected the treaties of Minsk, those ethnic minorities who live in those regions there in the south and the east of Ukraine were granted a certain type of state of their own, which they govern by themselves, which was in a part of those accords, which the Americans signed, the Ukrainians signed, even the Russians signed it, but the West never respected, nor the Ukrainians. That's why from 2014, Ukraine began to attack these regions, shelling them, and God knows how many people have lost their lives due to this. As Zelensky came along in 2019, continued this crusade against these ethnic minorities, which are Russians. There is a hate with the complice of the Western world, because in the Biden administration there are people who are descendants from these areas which they were victims in the past, and they hate Russians. That's why there is a lot of counterculture around against, historically, culturally, economically, and economically they want to cancel Russia off the face of the earth. Why? I ask myself why. So much hatred. Because they don't want to be a part of this new world order. Russia, China, India, third world countries, Asia, Latin America. They're creating an alliance for themselves. While these psychopaths in power in America and in Europe are slowly destroying Western culture. They're destroying the middle class, punishing them through, pretty soon, October-wise, austerity. Shortages of every single goods, energy, food, or whatsoever. And people at risk of starvation. For what? All in the name of destroy Russia. The problem is, it's not easy to destroy Russia. Not the way they conceive it as. And now, Kaliningrad, Lithuanians have decided to apply sanctions on a railway connection from Kaliningrad, which passes through Derm and Russia. There is a written treaty saying you cannot touch it. It's an act of war. They are provoking Russia in every single manner that make them pissed off. They are pissed off, but not stupid to fall for this trick. There will be a moment, even the Russians said it, all the decision centres and all those people who had perpetrated against Russia will pay. Whether you're against or for Putin, the Russians never bluff. They never boast about their so-called victories, like public relations stunts, like Zelensky does. We're winning, we need more weapons. We done this, we done that. Like, they never fronted the Russians in Donbass and Donetsk, I believe it's called. The Ukrainians are shelling civilians with Western weapons of NATO. They're literally killing civilians with NATO weapons, these bastards. And you don't call that criminal crimes? Killing civilians which have no means to defend themselves. And you come out with this alleged thing of Butch, massacres, deportation of kids, and God knows what they invent. That is all crap. Russians can be ruthless if you provoke them, but generally they are people who are civilized. They have a certain level of culture. They know how to get around these problems in the end, and they will win in the end, while Europe and America will sink like the Titanic. And like the Titanic, there's people who built it. It was unsinkable, I believe it. The EC, with those sanctions, will sink America and European economies to the bottom of the sea.